It's 10:30. It's just us.
Excuse us.
But we lost Kreppen. Today is going to be easy and fun. Right? Even though the people that are not here are not going to have fun. Today, we are going to do some exercises. Exercise? To talk. We're going to go over the homework. Who did the homework? Who talked to someone who talked English for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I did every day.
Nobody?
Yeah, I come in to do that.
Yeah. And then we probably will not get to conversation topics because that's what we've been doing for the last half hour. I want everybody to stand up.
Stand up.
Everybody?
Yep. And make sure that you're not near anybody. Okay? These are real things. Huh? Take your fingers and stretch. Just stretch. That's all you're doing. You can. Oh yeah. Yeah. See? And just stretch. Okay? Take your arms. Yep. And Gabriel is good. You can do this. And then do correctly. Roll. Okay. Slow. Hang on a minute. I have gum in my mouth. I want you all to open your mouth as big as you can. I mean, huge. Try to put your fist in. And just do that a couple times. Do it. Now you can open your mouths when you talk. Now you can sit down.
Make Kreppen do it when
Oh yes, yes. And we'll all watch. Okay? Just like stretching kind of wakes you up a little bit, we're going to wake up your mouths. Okay? These are the things that people who speak for a living or sing, singers, before they go get on stage, they often sing like, like that. People who speak. When I go talk to a big audience, I walk around making noise and getting my mouth ready. Just like you stretch before you run or stretch before you lift. Okay? So we're going to start with the vowels. And let me say them so you see. A, E, I, O, U. Say them with me.
A, E, I, O, U.
Good. Again. Just keep doing it.
A, E, I, O, U.
A, E, I, O, U. Now we're going to go faster.
A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U.
Faster.
A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U.
Good.
A,
Okay? Now the consonants are harder. Okay? Watch my mouth when I say these. You'll see that my mouth opens, closes, stretches, smiles. Watch. Watch. Okay? C. Well, hold on. Let me just watch my mouth.
Okay.
But I don't remember them. So here we go. Now I can see them. C, K, D, G, W.
CKDGW. 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 CKDGW.
Okay. Okay. Should we make crepe and stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Stand up. Stretch your arms. Stretch. Really, just stretch. You're just however you want to stretch. There you go. Okay. And then roll your neck. And then the other way. Okay. Now jaw stretch. And Kreppen needs jaw stretch more than anybody. Kreppen talks like this. He doesn't open his mouth. Okay, here's jaw stretch. Oh no. Put your hand in there. Oh. Big. Really, really big. And we're gonna do these. Yeah. We're gonna start doing these at the beginning of the class because we're talking, and if you don't relax and you're laughing and having fun, then you start talking like this. And when you guys did great on Wednesday, all the conversations, but if I went near you and you were talking, you're talking about like this. Okay. Last one. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Okay, now I'm going to do it, and listen to me. It's going to sound like I'm talking. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, just blah 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 blah. It doesn't mean anything. If yeah, it's just blah 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 blah. Blah is a real word. Okay, it's a real word. So Julia asks me, comes home from work, and says, "How are you?" Blah. Just. That's what blah means. Blah. And if I think Julia is talking too much, she's, Tom, you need to, okay, blah, 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 blah. That's when someone is, blah, 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 blah. That's what you say. So blah is, yeah. And blah means someone's talking too much. Julia never talks too much. I do. So in Julia's head, I'm talking and she's looking at me, but in her head she's going blah, 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 blah.
My husband.
Yeah. But he talks.
My husband? No. I blah blah blah.
Yeah.
My husband.
That's how you stay together. Okay. These are word exercises. In English, in Spanish, and in French, you take shortcuts. So you say words and push them together. And somebody who speaks your language understands you. Somebody who doesn't speak your language doesn't understand you. So can't you, hang on, I need my gum. Can you give me a piece? Thank you. I'm taking medicine and it makes my mouth real dry. In English, thank you, ma'am. In English, we just say, can't you? Can't you? And but hold on, but if I say can't you, can't you sounds like can't you. So to help with speaking, we're going to say them slowly. So, can't you? Can't you?
Can't you?
Good.
Can't you?
Can't you?
Can't you?
Good. Can't you?
Can't you?
Good. Don't you?
Don't you?
Good. Won't you?
Won't you?
Good. Could you?
Could you?
Would you?
Would you?
Did you?
Did you?
Now, English speakers, because we understand each other, this is the way English speakers say this. But I'm trying to teach you to say your words one word at a time rather than push them together, because it makes it hard for English speakers to understand.
Yeah.
English speakers say, can't you, don't you, won't you, could you, would you, did you? Okay? So, now I'll go through them saying one word at a time. Can't you, don't you, won't you, could you, would you, did you?
Can't you?
Can't you?
Don't you?
So,
Won't you?
no, I'll go slower, but we'll go through them all. Can't you,
Can't you?
don't you,
Don't you?
won't you,
Won't you?
could you,
Could you?
would you,
Would you?
did you?
Did you?
Start at the top, go through them all.
You know what?
Whoops, hang on.
You know what I was hearing?
What?
I was hearing you say, won't you? Not won't you.
Oh, okay. See, Julia's telling me I am smushing them. Okay? So let's just start at the top, we'll go slow, and then we'll start over, and then we'll try to speed up and see if we can do it. Okay. So, can't you?
Can't you? Don't you? Won't you? Could you? Would you? Did you?
Do it again.
Can't you? Don't you? Won't you? Could you? Would you? Did you?
All right, do it again, see how fast you can do it.
Can't you? Don't you? Won't you? Could you? Would you? Did you?
Very good. How did it sound? How did it sound back there?
I was hearing a lot of twos.
Oh, okay. Julia's saying you are still smushing your words together.
It's because you're going too fast.
Okay, I'll slow down.
You go too fast.
See, I'd like to. When I do this stuff, before I go speak to people, sometimes I talk to 100 or 200 people at one time, the audience and me, and I like to practice these to see how fast I can do them. So Julia said we're going too fast, so let's slow it down. So, ready? Can't you?
Don't you? Won't you? Could you? Would you? Did you?
Again.
Can't you? Don't you? Won't you? Could you? Would you? Did you?
Better?
Better.
Okay. So I'll save the fast, fun stuff. I think it's funny when I talk so fast, I trip over my mouth. When I was a boy, teenager, I was real shy, and I developed what's called a stutter. Stutter. And when I would talk to people, you know people that have stutters, yes?
Stutter.
Stutter.
BK. BK.
Stutter.
Okay.
And it was all in my head. Okay? But when I got nervous and needed to talk to someone, I would and I'd try to breathe. And one of the ways I stopped was by saying words. I just made it up. Stutter is, sometimes people stutter the way I did. And sometimes you hear people, that's a difference, that's a stutter. My stutter was like that.
You know, if we're, can I,
Yeah, go ahead.
if we're working on pronouncing words. Like you were saying, stutter.
Oh,
That sounds like S-T-U-D-D-E-R, not stutter.
stutter. It is pronounced stutter.
Start.
Yeah, but English is a real lazy language.
Yeah.
So, so that we two T's together,
Yeah.
we say it like a D. So stutter. Or my phone is little compared to
Yeah.
Patrice's. We say little. It sounds like a D. Two T's together, but it's good to learn to say it. But if you go to someone, if you talk to an English speaker and say, my phone is little, they're not gonna laugh. They understand. You're learning English. So it's better to say, my phone is little, and then as you get better with English, then you can take some of the shortcuts. Do you know what the word shortcut means? Oh, hang on. I realize I used that word 2 times.
C-H-U C key. Yeah.
Shortcut. Okay. Here we are. This is 14th Avenue. This is 5th Street, where Jerry's is. This is 8th Avenue. This is 18th Street. And this is Highway 85. You know, that goes to Eaton. Do you know what I'm drawing? So if I go from Island Grove to Highway 85, you know 85, right? Goes to Brighton, goes to Eaton. I can go this way, and I get to 85. Or I can go down 80th Street, right over there, where the bus stop is. Go down 11th, and I catch 85. This is the long way to 85. This is the shortcut. Understand shortcut?
Yeah.
It's a way, so it's something that's this long, and you find a way to make it this short. That's a shortcut. And in English, little, in English, we make it sound like this. Little.
Okay.
That's just a shortcut. And you good with these? You could write these down and practice them if you want. Would it help you if I said them into the camera and put them up on the internet? Does everybody, if you go to this address, everything I do, the papers that I do, all of these pictures, I put them up on the internet. And I do that for every class. Would it help if I recorded me saying, can't you, don't you, won't you, would you like that?
Yeah.
I know you go. Does anybody else go? No? I'll do it this weekend. I will do the vowels, the consonants, the blah blah blah, and I'll do that in one video. And then I'll do all these in another video. And I'll get to that this weekend it'll be sometime probably Sunday before it gets up there. I'm sorry?
You know, put more videos in the WWW Islam.
I haven't put any videos up
Yeah.
on this page.
Okay.
I am starting to put videos up on YouTube.
Oh.
Those videos that I make, but it takes me, I now have it only takes me 5 hours
Oh.
to put a video up. So I'm still trying to get it shorter, but this is Wednesday's class, and I have these classes. Like here's Kreppen when he rapped last week.
Yeah.
That's up there now. And we also have a Facebook page for E4E now too. So, but the class ones where I put something up, I haven't done that.
No.
A couple of weeks. But I tell you what I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Homework. Who talked for 5 minutes? You were supposed to talk to someone in English for 5 minutes for homework. Did you? Who did you talk to?
My son.
How did you like it? What did you talk about?
The school.
About his school or this school?
The school, my son.
Uh-huh. Where does he go to school?
Where?
Where? What school?
Tony.
The school in McAllen, Cristo McAllen.
Oh, okay. So he talked about his school? Does he like it?
A little.
Did he think it was funny to talk to you?
No, not funny. My son is.
What do you mean? Your son clawed you? But
My son not like English. Only Spanish.
he does not like to speak English?
No.
Oh.
So you should talk with English people. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
our exercise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. She talked to her son in
Yeah.
English.
She told that she said that his son doesn't like English.
Hmm.
Yeah. Me, I don't see the sense of his dialogue. So me, I said that she should find one person who talk correctly in English, and like that you will be better. But to talk with someone who like Spanish only, yeah, can't.
But
Yeah.
your son speaks good English, though. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
If
Yeah.
if he
Yeah,
goes,
like that one.
yeah, the school he goes to
Yeah.
is in a part of town where this school here, Billy Martinez, is probably 90%
Okay.
Hispanic,
Okay.
and Krista McCullough is probably 30%.
Nothing.
Not even that. So he is one of the few people in that school who speaks Spanish. So he has to speak English all day. And I just guessed that. So
I figured out.
Yeah.
and why does he not like English?
I don't know. friends, only English. Father, mother, nothing. Sus brothers, English.
Do you think he does not like English because it is taking a part of him away? People my age who went to school in Greeley were punished, do you know punished?
Yeah.
Or hit by teachers if they spoke Spanish. In people my age, if Spanish speakers my age were not allowed to speak Spanish in school, you got punished. And your son may kind of feel like I'm Hispanic, I should be able to speak Spanish, and maybe that's why he doesn't like English. Did that make sense or no? Spanish is a part of him. And Kristen McCullough, Spanish. And he might not like that. It might make him mad.
Well, who would he speak Spanish to?
At Kristen
Do
McCullough?
kids at Krista McCullough speak Spanish? No. So he has to speak English. So he wouldn't be mad that he can't speak Spanish to an English speaker. Does that make sense?
You're right. I was just guessing. Good. Good for you. You gonna do it again this weekend?
Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, there we go. Who else spoke English for 5 minutes?
Me and Nan.
You did?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I look but very good English. I try.
No, that's.
I speak English every day with my daughter.
Mm-hmm. What did you two talk about?
Okay.
I thought
Question.
that my school, and she asked me, "Hi mom, how are you today? Good. And you?" Good. And that job.
Well, you talk to your daughter in English a lot, yes?
Yes,
Yes, practice.
I practice
Mhm.
sometimes. And sometimes in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And-
Spanglish.
Spanglish, that's it.
Yeah.
And you and Alma talked for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What did you and Alma talk about? Alma is turning red.
About the cooking, about the weather, the everything.
Was it hard for you?
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Don't know. For juntar, no sé, together the words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put together the words.
Mhm.
It's hard for me, for she. For her. For her. Oh, for her. Yeah.
What, Alma, was it hard for you?
Very hard.
Why?
No, the sentence,
Mhm.
no. Ay, ¿cómo digo ahorita? No que no les podemos poner juntas. The words is difficult.
It's difficult that together the words.
It's difficult to put together the
Yeah,
words,
to put together the words.
To make it sentence.
making sentences.
Yeah.
Don't worry, if you two talk again, don't worry about sentences.
Yeah.
Because, you talk in otra sentence, not important.
Oh.
Did you understand what I just said?
Yeah.
I didn't make a sentence. I just said words.
Yeah.
And I just put words, and you put enough words together, and they'll understand. and you will understand each other. And then soon more words start to come. But to learn anything, you have to practice. So I used to be good at basketball. I liked basketball. When I was a boy, I was the tallest kid. I stopped growing. And I loved basketball. And I was very good at it. If I go out and play basketball now, I suck. I'm terrible. I would have to start practicing every day to be able to get the ball in the hoop. The first time, the ball will go just like sentences.
Yeah.
And so you can practice with your daughter. Alma can practice with her kids. Or if Alma is embarrassed, she can talk to you. You two can talk to each other. Just 5 minutes. And if you don't know words, because Jenny, you understand a lot of words, but you don't speak a lot of words. So make sentences and just words.
They could try to translate the sentences, just write in Spanish on Google Translate.
Yeah.
And Google
That's a good idea.
It's
write
good.
you, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Me,
good.
every time, I do that.
I try.
When I was starting to work at Kagel, when my supervisor asked me, when coworker asked me, I couldn't make a sentence in one answer. Oh, I don't know, everything, I don't know. Every time I'm upset. But little, my supervisor give me a time. Hey, take your time. Yeah, little, yeah, I listen to you. And me little, I make it my sentence. I search the verb, I search everything.
Yeah, when I sometimes I don't understand the words, I go to the Google
Yeah, it's
translation.
good.
But I don't think you know how to read English. Jenny doesn't read English very well.
So we have. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for Google Translate.
Yeah.
Google translation have a voice.
Hello, how are you today? Would you like to go to the store?
What?
And
Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Aujourd'hui, voulez-vous aller au
In
magasin?
French.
Yeah.
In French.
so this was English to French
Yeah.
because that's the last time I used it. So if you don't read English, I can't read Spanish. But if you don't, if reading English,
Nomás you need the
No, sí, pero que se lo pongan él en Spanish.
I'm sorry.
Castellana want the put the Spanish. The translate.
Yeah.
Para que lo digan en inglés.
Yeah. Para que le digan español.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Aujourd'hui, voulez-vous aller au magasin?
Y yo también no lo escribe.
Ahí sale todo.
I need two potatoes.
Ahí lo dice en español.
Hello, how are you
¿Y en
today?
inglés?
Would you like to
¿Usted
go
no
to
lo
the
escribe en
store?
español y le dicen en inglés?
And there's
In Spanish. Translate in Spanish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, my app is crashing.
Oh.
Necesito dos papas. I need two potatoes.
Ahí pueden subir
Hello, how are you? Would you like to go to the store?
Y si no quieres estar así, nomás busca programas de clases en inglés. Me salen muchos que se los traducen al español y al inglés.
Hola, ¿cómo te gustaría ir a la tienda?
That's what I said. Only now I translated it into, and you can flip real back and forth. The app, this program died, so I had to restart it. But so if you don't read English very well, or if it's hard for you to read, I'm not teaching you to read and write English. I'm teaching you to talk. Get your hello. There. Get your phones talk for you.
I don't make the homework. So sometimes I speak with my daughter, my son, and I practice and reading the books for my son and the night. And I reading. I was learn. So I practice the read with the books for my son in the night.
And what you were learning was how to read.
Oh yeah.
You can't learn to talk by reading. It's these two go together. We're little children. Our parents read to us. And my daughter memorized the books. She could have the book upside down and not know. But soon she learned what the words were. So she read past tense of read and wrote past tense of write. But first, she listened. My daughter's name is Kellen, and she's a little baby, and I pick her up. How are you, Kellen? She learned her name, and her first word was a bad word that her mother used to say, but her next word. Anybody know what that word is? Zat. It's not a word.
No.
Zat. It's a clicker. Zat.
That.
Oh, that.
What she was saying.
Yeah.
That.
What is
That.
that?
Sad.
Zat. Zat.
Oh, ¿es eso?
And then she learned.
Eso.
And then she learned. She learned. Most babies learn daddy before they learn mommy. Do you know why? The word daddy before mommy. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Why?
She's saying no.
But most babies learn daddy or dada before they learn mama or mommy. You know why? It's not because it's easier to say, I'm a mom, and here's my baby. Daddy's coming home soon. Daddy will be here. Do you miss daddy? You don't. I'm a mom. This is my baby. Mommy likes you. Mommy wants to. Mommies, or whoever raises the baby, talks about the other parent. So most kids learn daddy first. I don't teach reading and writing, and I think that talking, no matter how bad it is the only way to learn to speak. Just like I learned, and all of your kids and you learned. So that's why talking, and sometimes there's writing, but I don't care about writing. As each of you gets better at writing, because you read what I bring and you write stuff, and as you get better, then I correct things. But if you're just starting to write, you don't need me saying, no, that's wrong. So
I learn more than read, write. I learn more. So, and just last year, I go to school. I read, write much.
Yes.
And this class, I like it. For the vocabulary, more vocabulary is I need
Yeah.
for me. I need vocabulary.
How many years of English did you take?
10.
10 years of English. He can read and write.
Oh.
He can't speak. When he can pull one of the books, and one day at lunch he pulled books out and pulled out books that 5th graders are reading, and he was reading it. He can read and write English, but they didn't. 10 years, they didn't teach him how to talk. So that's why more and more homework is going to be talking, and we're going to stop for lunch here, but more and more I'm going to have you talking to each other about stuff. I don't know what stuff. If you have ideas, let me know. But do any of you read the newspaper or watch news on TV?
Watch the news on
You watch the news on TV?
every morning in English.
That's
The news is easy.
That's
Yeah,
Easy.
it's more
It's-
easy
Watching the TV is easy.
watching English TV, any English TV, even English TV with Spanish subtitles. You hear more English. The more English you hear.
I don't like the subtitles.
Subtitles in
Subtitles
Spanish?
in Spanish. When I focus more in the words,
Mhm.
listen the people.
Yes. If you have subtitles, you end up reading the subtitles
Yeah.
and you don't listen.
Yeah.
But if using the subtitles helps you learn, then someday you know, okay, I have to turn off the subtitles now and listen. But old cartoons, not, do you know what cartoons are? The cartoons that your kids watch, if you have little kids, they're real hyper, but old cartoons. Or YouTube, there's a lot of learn to speak English on YouTube. A lot of it. I know of a site, next week I'll try to remember, there's a place on the internet where you can go, and it's free, and you click on a book, and it will read it to you in English. And it's from little kids' books to maybe 6th or 7th grade books. And you can listen as the person reads it in English and watch the words. And it's a good way to hear English, and it's slow. Because you turn on an English language TV show at 7 at night, 8 at night, and it's a TV show, and they will be talking very fast. But it's fun. You could spend a few minutes there seeing it if you understand any words. When I was learning Spanish, I would turn on Telemundo. And Telemundo.
No.
That's how they used to say it. Do they still say it that way? Telemundo. And I would watch shows in Spanish, and then later I watched Cantinflas movies.
Do you like it? Do you like
Yes.
Cantinflas
Yes,
movie?
that's how I was learning Spanish, and
What is that?
La India María.
this was 40 years ago. So Cantinflas is like Buster Keaton. He's a funny man, a comedian, and he falls a lot and bumps things a lot and gets hit with things a lot. Yes. And my wife then, who spoke Spanish, started calling me Cantinflas. And so then I had to find out what she was talking about. And so I watched Cantinflas movies. And I watch the talk shows, like Gordo y Flaco.
La gorda y el gordo y el flaco. La gorda y el gordo y el flaco. La gorda y el flaco. El aire. El aire. El aire.
It's very windy, the sign.
Yeah.
And what Julia heard was the magnets on the sign going clunk. Last thing, I like class was very casual today.
Yeah.
If there are things that you want me to do, Tom, talk about this. Tom, let's have classes on this. Tell me. I don't have a book. I, on the weekends, sit around trying to figure out what to do for class. I always like ideas. So anybody, anytime, we're going to do speaking, listening and speaking next week. But then after that, don't know. I just try to hear what people say. We're doing listening and speaking now because Patrice, 2 weeks ago, told me that because I talk slow, he can understand me. So that's where I got the idea for this unit. Pardon?
It's good. The next week, no celebrate the Thanksgiving or
Sorry, forgot to turn it off. Yes,
not celebrate the Thanksgiving.
Costalina asked if we were going to celebrate Thanksgiving in class. Would you like to do that on Wednesday?
The Wednesday, my kids no school.
Oh, that's right.
The Wednesday, so.
That's right, and they're little
I
kids.
know, yeah, the 6 years and the 13 years. So, pero macho no kids for this.
No van a tener clases.
This class, no kids.
No kids.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to celebrate Monday or Wednesday,
Maybe Friday we
Or-
put together.
or skip
Los
it?
míos, Friday no school.
Monday?
Friday no
No school?
No.
Next Friday,
Wednesday,
no class.
Friday, no school for the kids, so
Yeah.
I know they can.
And no E for me, for E. For me, no E for E. I'm not going to be here Friday after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be
Lay back.
laying back.
Pero ya están grandes, ¿no?
Oh, we could say lay down. Lay down.
Lay down
Okay.
is lie.
Yeah.
Lay down is to lie down on the floor. Lay and lie,
Yo pensé que era con 14.
very complicated in English. Very confusing.
Lay, set, get. Very complicated in English.
No, venimos.
Lay and lie. I lay that on the table.
Yeah.
I lie
El
on the
miércoles
table.
ya no van a tener clases.
Okay.
That's it. If you make it lie, does that make sense? So, and I can say, Alma, lay down for now. But I don't say, lay and lie, very complicated, and nobody gets it right. And half the time, I don't say it right.
Sí. Pero los niños ya no.
Pero como yo no tengo niños, yo tampoco.
So something maybe
Bueno,
you
pues yo tengo la de
could
15, de 15.
is you could give a topic for each one here. Or maybe you could say that this drama could be 5 or 10 minutes, and maybe people could sit in his place, or maybe come in front of people and read, talk about his topic. Maybe you can talk about social, you can talk about family, you can talk each topic, and at home you should write it, think about it, and make a planning and write it. Maybe I think, but the problem is people don't know to make a sentence, it will be difficult. If it's a community, we do something like that, or we read something like that. But we are from different level.
I have in mind that same thing,
Yeah.
but next week, the second hour, we're gonna talk. Have you talk. And I'm gonna do that for a couple of weeks. And
Bueno, yo
then
para
my
mí quiero
idea
que lo hagan.
was the same, but
Que
la
for the second hour,
Que hagamos, digo, que hagamos
or part of the second hour, people work on what they want to say.
ya los que estamos.
You can read and write, some people can't. So I can help them, you can help them develop their topic.
Yeah, so
So then they,
somewhat me, I know, but I don't know really how to pronounce that in good English. My problem. If not, when I check it on dictionary, I know what's mean there. But how to pronounce it very correctly, good English, sometimes I don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna, may I embarrass you? Do you know embarrass?
Better?
Embarrass.
No.
I say something that makes you turn red.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make you talk to the class, okay? Yes,
We're hungry.
okay, now, that's fine, I wanted, just one thing, okay? Those, no, those of you that,
Castellina's hungry.
hold on, wait. Listen, thank you. Those of you that have been in the class since Patrice came, okay? Patrice was just talking to me, and I'm going to embarrass him, make his face turn red by making him talk. I want you to hear him talk to me. Tell me about your idea.
Oh.
The topics, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I think right now, everyone need to listen more English, and the second time, try to speak very good English. But something who could help us, me, I think, if Tom could give to us, each one will have a topic, topic about who we could talk and develop writing. We could write it in, we could read it in 6 or 7 minutes. Maybe you could sit in your place or go in front of people and talk about your topic. That one could help us to know new words, to know how to make a sentence, to know too much thing. Me, I think. But the problem here is we are from a different level in English. We are, yeah. It's just me. I thought to Tom what kind of things we could do.
Thank you. We're gonna do something like that in a little while, bless you. We're gonna do something like that, but this is what I wanted. Did you understand him? Think of when he first came. Think of how many more words you understood that he was saying. Remember when they first came? Patrice, it was hard to understand. Do you remember? And Patrice always speaks very well. But at first, I only got this much of what he was saying, yes? And then think of now. How much did you understand this much of what he was saying? That's how much your English has improved. That is how much your English has improved. I didn't, when you were talking to me, I did not ask you once to repeat something because I couldn't understand. And what you just said, they understood more of your words. Everybody's English is getting better, but their English is so foreign to our ears. We know Spanish accent, French accent, but look how much more his speaking, how much better his speaking is. That's why I asked, I wanted you to say that, but I wanted them to hear you talk. because how much better your accent is. Now you're embarrassed.
No, I don't think so. Don't think so.
Food.
In my country, we have one, citation.
So what?
Citation.
Citation.
So, yeah. In the city of blind, only people have one eye is the king.
I don't understand.
Let me.
No, tell me again. No, let's eat. He's just telling me something. We're done. Let's eat. Did you understand what he was saying? He said in the blind city, people have one eye and they're king. Oh, I understand what he's saying. Is this okay?
Los pantanos son reyes en la tierra de los ciegos. Los pantanos son reyes en la tierra de los ciegos.
Los pantanos son reyes en la tierra de los
I try
ciegos.
to.
Okay.
You need maybe speak slowly for
Dogs are
Castilla.
kings in the land of the
You
blind.
can maybe slowly, yeah, for Castilla.
Dogs are kings in the land of the blind.
I understand, and that's exactly what I thought.
How did you call the people who who lose one? Yes.
You call them bogs?
A bug, yeah, bug. Okay. Bug is king in the blind city.
When I said, oh, I understand, I just figured out. But not bog. We don't have a name for someone who
Oh, blind.
blind.
Sit down.
Blind?
That's right.
Not blind? No, you can't see. If you just have one eye, you're not blind.
Oh, in our country, in France, that one is a boy,
Okay.
and that one is a aveugle.
Yes.
Yeah, los pantanos son los reyes.
Do you have a name in Spanish for someone who has just one eye? What do you call someone?
Pirata.
Pirata. P or V?
No, pi.
Pirata. Pirate. There we go.
Pirate.
Okay, here. In, you're right. In English.